Hey everybody, it's D-Brow again, and welcome back to our second installment of free-to-play reviews. Today we're going to focus on Tom Clancy's Phantoms. Now this is available on Steam for free. It does require a Uplay account, but it's very easy to set up and gets right into the game. So right in the background, what we're seeing here is just the main menus. There's 3 different classes in the game: the Assault, Recon, and Support. Everything is customizable, from the weapons to the armor that you wear, the attachments. There's actually quite a bit of customization in the game, as you can see here. Different stocks, different sights, grips, ammo types, barrel lengths. It's quite in depth, and it was actually a pleasant surprise. Everything in the game is able to be acquired through just playing the game. In the top right hand corner, you can see I have 2 different types of currencies: the in-game currency and the currency that you can buy with real money. However, there is nothing that is exclusive that I could see just that you can acquire with real money. Everything can be acquired. It's going to take you a little bit longer than usual. Most of these free-to-play games, you find that they got the pay-to-win mechanic. Here, I very rarely feel cheated, as everything can be stocked. Maps can be picked out just like that. At the beginning of the match, you pick either the Assault, Recon, or Support class. One thing that kind of disappointed me was the fact that I could not figure out a way to switch mid-game your role. Whichever you pick from the beginning, that's what you have to stick with for the entire game itself. We got a start of a round here. There is a 1-minute warm-up before every match, and then the match starts right after that. The basic layout of the game, no matter what map you play on, there's not a huge selection of maps, but no matter what map you do play on, it is pretty much a capture and hold territorial type of gameplay. There is, each of the sides have 2 points from the beginning that they are in control of, and they battle for the middle one at first, and then they get pushed back. They can either retake it, or they have to defend the one that they push back, and pretty much whoever captured the most points, or at the end of the 2 rounds, wins. So there isn't any vast variety in terms of gameplay. However, the one mode that they do have works quite well. It's a third-person shooter. However, as you can see, they have a pretty good first-person mechanic when it comes to aiming down the sight. There is quite a bit of recoil that will take some time to get accustomed to when you actually first start playing the game. Different weapons have different vertical, horizontal recoils, and it's actually quite fun to learn the weapons. Each one is unique, and how to control the recoil. I first started the game with a M16, which was quite a little bit easier to control with less damage, I'm assuming because it uses a 5.56 round. However, when I purchased this SCAR, again using just in-game currency without spending a dime out of my pocket, because I think it's a SCAR H, but I could be wrong, and it uses a heavier caliber round, does more damage, but it's also tougher to control. However, I love the weapon. You'll see in this clip that's playing in the background right now, I go on the 20 kill streak. It's probably one of my best games I've had in a while. And again, that gun can be unlocked just by using in-game currency that you use, or that you earn by playing rounds. There is a cover mechanic. Anything that you see that's a flushed surface, you can duck behind by just pressing the spacebar button. You can lean out and fire in third person, or you can press and hold the aim down the sight, so the right mouse button, and that will also pop you out of cover, and you can continue to engage enemies that way. So the cover mechanic works well. No problems there, honestly. It works very fluidly. You can press E to jump over cover. It all just works very smoothly. There's no really like invisible walls or anything. There's no spots that you said, oh man, I really should be able to get in cover there. There's nothing like that. If anything that you should be able to get behind cover, excuse me, you can. One thing that did kind of, I've noticed, and you can probably notice from the gameplay as well, is there's a critical hit factor, I guess, implemented into the code of the game. So if you have a certain attachment, if you're behind cover, that can all factor into getting a critical hit. That's not something I'm necessarily too crazy about, to be honest. I wish that they just took that out, and that every, the weapon did the same amount of damage no matter what. I wish there was no critical factor into it. It kind of makes it seem like some kind of RPG. It's very strange. It doesn't hinder the game too much. However, I can see, especially during Recon, that a lot of the Recon that use sniper rifles can just one hit you in the head because of that critical factor. What you just saw over there was an attachment. Since this is based primarily in the future sometime, there's quite a few attachments. The one that you just saw there, it's not necessarily thermal imaging. What it does, it kind of emits radiation in that general direction where I'm aiming, and then anybody that's affected by it will get their vision blurred. They'll actually take a little bit of damage as well. I haven't unlocked too many of the other attachments. However, I've seen that Recon can go invisible. Again, not totally invisible. You can see a rough outline of it, you know, just so they can make that fair. And I haven't played around too much with the support class either, but I'm assuming they have some kind of special perk as well. So that's what you were seeing there. Other than that, it's just your standard third-person shooter. It feels a little bit not like the other like any Tom Clancy games. You know, it feels a little bit different than the other ones that I've played in the past. However, for a free-to-play game, I am extremely impressed. I've seen Jack Frags and Frankie play this, so I decided to give it a go myself, and I am definitely impressed. The lasting appeal on it could be the only hindering factor. Again, with the lack of maps and game types, it gets repetitive pretty quickly. You're going into a match expecting, okay, I gotta hold this point, you know, kill as many people as I can, and that's pretty much it. So the lasting appeal could wear off fairly quickly. However, for a free-to-play game, it is one of the better ones that I've seen, especially because it's so well balanced and there's not a lot of pay-to-win mechanics into it, say like in F2P, which I just reviewed before. So I would give it maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10. If you have Steam and you've got some time on your hands, go ahead and download it. Again, like I pretty much say in all my free-to-play reviews, it's free. If you don't like it, uninstall it. That's the worst that can happen. So, hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit that like button, and we will see you next time, guys. Take it easy. Take care.